Welcome to part 8 of The Last of Us. Tess has died. We're all really sad.
She might still be alive right now, but, you know, like...
At this very moment, she is alive.
Narratively, she's dead. But, in real terms...
Narratively? Not narratively, I guess.
Narratively, she's on borrowed time.
Not tech, basically. I think we should use the word basically in this case.
So, we can just hear the last sounds of battle, and there is a thing in this game where you're just meant to run on ahead. Like, these guys aren't meant to be any threat to you. I don't think they can even spot you up here unless you get really fucking obnoxious. But if you go back, they will eventually come through the door and hunt for you. So I'm just gonna actually take them on. I'm gonna get vengeance.
They didn't show... Like, it seems like such a video game thing, just show them kill Tess.
They leave it up to imagination. Also, I love that guy just face plants to his death.
Okay, it's over now. It's just over.
Just give up. That man was too prepared. But yeah, they're not even especially dangerous, these army guys. They kind of suck. Hi, guys.
Tess's death was kind of main. I mean, she got bitten by a zombie, so there's not much she can do, but these guys just kind of suck. Pretty sure she could have taken them down. Also,
these are armored enemies, which, you know, we get armor-piercing weapons later on, but for now we just got a pistol, so they are tougher than ordinary foes, but still, not really all that. Just got handguns. I went on ahead, but I came back because it just seems like a thing that's a missed opportunity, but you can go up to Tess's body and there is no, like, dialogue programmed for it. Joel doesn't even give a fuck.
Why did they even put her there if they were going to do it?
I don't know. Like, why even open the door? I guess it's to make some sense with what happened.
It's a really fucking shitty shot, though.
Yeah, it is. What am I doing? There we go.
Well, thank you for the thumbnail for this part, Snake.
My artistic photographical side just shines through with that poorly framed bullshit. Now I'll just turn photo mode off. There we go. So that was kind of insulting for a character, wasn't it? Also, I'm not sure if it was a detail in the PS3 version, or maybe I'm forgetting, but Joel is actually bloodied up, and the bandages I applied stick around for a little bit.
Tess.
Yeah, you could have said that while we were at her corpse, Ellie. It's fine, though. Save it for the pre-programmed points. Yep.
I watched fucking the lead animator for Uncharted 4, or I don't know, the lead writer or whatever, talking about fucking Naughty Dog's history, and they talked about how Uncharted 4 was going to have a lot of things just carry through into cutscenes. Like if Drake was muddy, it was going to be muddy in the cutscenes. But a weird thing, I wasn't that already a thing in like Uncharted 2 to Uncharted 3 to Last of Us?
In a sense, like, I think if you were wet, which was the main thing in Uncharted 1, it would kind of carry over. You'd typically dry before you could get to a cutscene. The main thing I'm taking away from what I've heard about Uncharted 4 is they're taking lessons from Last of Us in terms of stealth and being able to actually go in and out of stealth, being able to evade whole areas entirely. And I'm not sure how I feel about it being more open, because I kind of like Uncharted and it's lit for being a linear hallway with nice set pieces.
It depends on how they plung the set pieces together for me.
Like, okay, yeah, Uncharted 3 was kind of weird with set pieces. More than kind of weird, it was really contrived with set pieces.
We're in a fucking shipyard for some reason.
That had no bearing on the ongoing plot whatsoever, so this is where you could start fucking with the enemies with stealth quite a lot more. Yep. I think this may be one of the areas they showed off for the E3 demo. So this is kind of where I think some of the disappointment comes from, in that the original kind of stealth AI was a lot more kind of like push to gain ground, enemies fight back, they flank you, take routes through multiple rooms, like enemies lie in ambush, if they have melee weapons they won't approach you, they'll try and get you to come to them kind of stuff.
That's the thing with fucking like games that come out and you've seen stuff from is that they become simpler and easier when it's fully released. It's not. I'm pretty sure they could have made the AI like it was. The AI probably already was the way it was in the E3 trailer, but the playtesting just makes it simpler because casual's gonna casual. Am I right?
Those fucking casuals.
Those casuals fucking ruining video games since 1999.
There is also the more cynical explanation of that was entirely scripted. And wasn't even
I don't
play.
believe that. I don't believe that everything was entirely scripted. Like, I don't even like Watch Dogs. I believe that the game at some point did run like that. It's just like we can't release this game like this.
That scenario was entirely too perfect.
There's a reason why there hasn't been a new Crisis.
Okay, Crisis has actually aged well in that regard, in that...
No. Like, what I mean by new Crisis is that everyone is hyped over how fucking high-end that game was. There's a reason why stuff like that hasn't happened since.
There's plenty of reasons why stuff like that hasn't happened since. Like, to do with big companies, like, toning down for console parity and shit like that is the biggest problem I have, even though I can kind of grasp why it's done, because it makes workloads easier. But still, fuck. I just hate the fact that they don't embrace the full capabilities of what people can do now.
Well, more people are playing on consoles. People, for some reason, really like their shitty consoles. And to get a high-end PC is more expensive than just...
It's not something everyone who wants to play video games can do. So you're shitting on one group either way, unless you get unless a company decides to like fucking actually scale up for one end and scale down for the other.
No company is going to fucking do that.
It's kind of weird how fucking like taken for granted 60 FPS was on PlayStation 2. So I kind of go back on this segment because this is where I really wanted to fuck with the AI. There's a great... Like, when I was doing my practice run, I managed to... what? The AI just fucked with me! Like, I'd never seen an enemy do something that fucking weird before. But he did it, and it actually worked for him. But no, I didn't like that take, so I went back on it. I just wanted to keep him in.
No, he just wanted to, like, dance on the table because, like, just to relax the mood. But it's like, oh, fuck, they're here!
It's a bit tense, so, you know, I'll just do some tap dancing and everything will be okie dokie. Hunky dory. But no. No. Stealthing through here is actually, like, I've pulled it off successfully once. But the enemies at the back always seem to spot me.
Well, it's not like you're the greatest stealther in the whole world, Snake.
No, I'm kind of bad at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can get away with it in this game because the stealth is kind of piss. And even then, I fuck up. Also, if you catch enemies unawares, you got like 1 or 2 seconds where you can like grab them from the front.
I've noticed that stealth in like games that aren't Metal Gear Solid, I guess. I've never played Splinter Cell, so I don't know how that game is, but stealth is just kind of muddy. Like, it's just a muddled way in there. There's like, it's not very specific. And I guess that's kind of how it is in real life, but I like my stealth so I know exactly what I have to do to get through it. It doesn't matter if I can achieve that, if I can do it, but if I know exactly how it's going to work, then there's a chance that I could possibly.
You like kind of hyper-realistic stealth. So here I am fucking with his AI.
Like, I wouldn't say that's hyper-realistic stealth. I think, like, Last of Us isn't hyper-realistic, but...
When I say hyper-realistic, I don't mean like it's really realistic. I mean you've got, like, HUD elements and stuff on top of, like, information to keep you on track of enemies and such.
Not even that, it's just the way the characters move.
So by now, he has actually forgotten where we are. I sped it up a little bit, but enemies eventually regardless of whether you move or not, they'll scout the last area they knew you were at. But yeah, he's entirely lost me. Has lost Ellie too.
Well, Ellie's always going to be lost. It's like they become aware of Ellie as soon as they see you. What? There's a girl too? Video games.
Ellie, just don't sigh. It's fine. He's already embarrassed. What?
I know.
He doesn't even give a fuck.
Ellie also has forgotten that you're supposed to be in stealth right now.
The guard lost track of us, and Ellie lost track of the guard. And also, both times, on my practice one where I fucked with this guy before, he always goes and checks this hallway afterwards. Hi.
What's the one thing that you think they'll fix in Last of Us 2, if there ever is going to be a Last of Us 2? I think there's going to be a Last of Us 2, but I don't think the story is going to be...
They did say that, like, they said their story is over, it ends with this game, basically.
Mm-hmm. But I doubt that that Last of Us itself is over, the game series.
I know it's kind of optimistic, and probably a bad way to do it, but if they did do a Last of Us 2, I'd like them to actually look at multiple perspectives in the same universe, like Firefly's army, scavengers, people who move stuff in and out of Boston. Because, like, the fucking setting is actually pretty interesting.
As we're talking about gameplay elements.
For gameplay elements, I was thinking about that, and really all I want is something closer to that E3 demo. Like, it would actually be an entirely different game, in a sense, if they did actually have those elements.
So, also, environments. Gotta get some big environments. One of the things that I think they can fix, probably, is still how your partners react. Like, make it possible so that your partners, if they do get caught, that the enemies still notice them, but make it so that isn't fucking unbearably unfair.
Do it more like Ashley in fucking Resident Evil 4. You can leave them behind. You can tell them where to go. And if they get caught, they don't know where you are. They know where your partner is and will give chase to them.
The thing with Ashley, though, is that Ashley just was a fucking inventory item. She didn't really do anything other than a story character. Ellie, Tess, these people do something, so giving you so much control over them, I don't know, it just kind of takes you out of the atmosphere environment of it.
Especially because they're invincible.
Make, like, what they have to get over, like, as a hurdle is make your partner characters vulnerable and be, like, have an actual effect on all the other AI characters without making it, bullshit, essentially. It's like, oh god, Ellie's acting like a complete fucking idiot right now, so I'm getting fucked by everyone else around me. Like, something like that wouldn't happen, like, unfairly.
Also, when I say they're invincible, they have no health bars, but, like, infected can grapple them, which does kill them and end the game, but, like, the countdown timer is really slow, and it rarely happens anyway. I'd consider your followers as fucking set dressing at best in this game. From a gameplay perspective.
Oh. Then there's stuff to work on, Snake.
Hey, I can't swim.
We'll figure something out.
Showing off. Damn, Joel.
Also, that's meant to be sped... I don't know why the timer didn't speed up. It sped up on the fucking project file. But no, you take a minute to drown.
A minute to drown? Oh.
You're never going to be in water long enough to drown in this game.
People can't hold their breath for more than a minute, so I don't think it's that ridiculous.
I think it's more a gameplay thing, not a realism thing, but you're never really, like, in danger underwater, is what I'm saying.
Well, it's not a game that's really has an underwater thing. Like if
Also, the checkpoint put me here for some
I
reason.
can't swim.
well, where else?
We'll figure something out.
In the water. Let's just let me bypass some stuff. Well, yeah, but I was swimming in the water. I don't know. I just felt like making a point of it. That's another thing shown off. Check it off the list.
So what do you think about Ellie not being able to swim?
I think it leads to some repeated puzzles that I don't like. Like, the first time is fine, but it's... The puzzles are actually another thing. If there is a Last of Us 2, I want them to improve it, because every time that, like, this happens multiple times throughout the game, and it's always the same solution. And it gets a little fucking ridiculous.
Get a platform and we'll be fine. No, we'll swim on a corpse.
Hey, look, it still works.
And she'll have that flashlight throughout the rest of the game. I completely missed that on my first playthrough. I was like, suddenly she has a flashlight, okay.
It's like, okay, we're gonna just give her a flashlight. Like, they could have, like, have her, like, test give her a flashback. No, we're just gonna find a corpse and take that goddamn flashlight.
There we go. Also, there's some hidden goodies over here. Yeah, we're going to abandon you and just live in this corner for all time. There's never been good underwater controls in games, or at least really enjoyable. I don't know, maybe that Endless Ocean game that came out on the Wii years ago.
Just stay put.
I don't know.
So what's back here, you ask?
Because even with flying, like, I don't think flying has ever really been made enjoyable. Like, I have never enjoyed any helicopter section in any video game. And, like, swimming is a lot like that. And it's just, you can't... Like, swimming underwater by itself as a human being isn't enjoyable.
I'm pretty sure people who go diving will argue with you on this point.
I don't know, swimming can be, I guess, relaxing. I don't know, but if you go underwater, it's like, oh fuck, I have to move and I'm not moving enough. It's
So this is the solution to all of these. You find a fucking plank, find a pallet, sorry, and then you
it's
just
a
take it
Euro
somewhere
board.
else.
I think you'll find
A what?
a Euro board.
Ah, okay. And you just take her somewhere else, and she climbs up. And then she gives you a way to get across too, and that's every goddamn section of this. Like, the puzzles don't get harder either, they just... Same thing every time.
How fucking casual she is.
There can't be any infected here, there just can't be.
We just stroll casually, not even looking for anything. Taking me out.
Look, you didn't even need the ladder. Just skip the ladder entirely.
Let's get out of here.
That lower body weight snake, you just...
Just wanted to make Ellie feel important. Joel isn't all that bad.
Apparently they had to make a specified rig for the capturing, like the body capturing, just so it got that camera feel. Because for Uncharted, it wasn't that much of a problem because they wanted to have this adventure movie feel, but for Last of Us, it's gotta be up and close, gritty, shaking cameras.
You don't bring up Tess. Ever. Matter of fact, we just keep our histories to ourselves. Secondly, don't tell anybody about your condition. They think you're crazy, they'll try to kill you. And lastly, you do what I say, when I say it.
Can Ellie bite someone? And
Sure.
They go into that later, but we never get a definitive
What do you say
answer.
goes?
That'd be a pretty good ability, though. Albeit a bit useless.
what if she can bite them and they don't turn into the infected?
few miles north of here.
Then
there's
it's
a car
kind
there
of
that
then
owes
it's
me
just a
some
bluff.
favors.
And a pretty worthless one at that.
No,
Secure
like
as a car.
just they get infected, but they don't turn into
gonna move on.
infected.
So they spend all this time looking for a cure, the Fireflies, and the solution is just get the infected to bite people, but not those infected. So here's a death.
Thank God we hired stormtroopers.
Yeah, they take a while.